I have a question for you. When you were growing up, did you hear the phrase and the thought of follow your dreams? I always hear people like, oh, when I was young, I had this dream of doing this, and my parents told me to follow my dreams and to do this and to do that, and follow your dreams, follow your dreams, follow your dreams. And I have to ask the question. I have to ask this question, and I'm sorry to ask this question, right? But is it possible? Is it possible that the dreams that you may have had as a child or whenever you had those dreams, is it possible that they were actually nightmares? They were hidden as nightmares, maybe? Why do I ask this question? Because I see so many people who have some type of passion for something that they follow that passion, they follow that dream, but that dream, it leads to a life of misery and despair and brokenness and, you know, poorness, right? But, but it makes it might make you happy doing whatever it is that you're doing, but you're also complaining about everything. So I'm trying to figure out, were your dreams that you followed actually nightmares? Is it possible that the dreams that you followed have actually turned out to be nightmares? So that's what I want to talk about today. So welcome to another episode of Candid Conversations, hosted by your truly Techo Draft, where we are engineered to win. We are engineered to win here on this channel. I am your host, as I said, Techo Draft. We're going to be talking about your dreams. Your parents might have told you to follow your dreams. Your teachers might have told you to follow your dreams. Your uncle, your aunt, whoever, they might have told you to follow your dreams. But did they ever ask you what exactly are your dreams? Or maybe you said, you know what, and this is no shot to this profession, but they might have told you, you might have said, you know what, I love my fourth grade teacher. That gives me the desire to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher. And they say, oh my God, that's so noble. That is so noble. We love the fact that you want to be a teacher. So, follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. There, they're telling you what you thought was a really 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 cool job when you were in the first grade, second grade, third grade, like, and that's what you said you wanted to be when you were a kid. Like, oh, I want to be a doctor. Follow your dreams, right? And that's the sentiment that was instilled in you when you were young, and now because that was the dream, you're like, okay, well, I have to stick to it, and it's gonna be that. So now you go on through life and you have it set in mind, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher. And your mother, your father, your whoever says, oh yes, definitely follow your dreams, follow your dreams. And now you go and you go follow through with that dream, right? With whatever it is. I'm using teacher because I know people always say the oh, teachers, they definitely should get a pay raise. I'm like, oh, what makes that what makes it so that just because the profession that you find valuable, at the same time, you're always complaining that the education system is so bad. So that's a whole nother topic. But what makes it that because the profession that you find valuable, that now everyone else has to say, all right, well, they deserve a raise. Well, unfortunately, and like I said, this is not about teachers in particular, but just because I always hear, oh, teachers deserve a raise, this type of person deserves a raise, police officers deserve a raise, and my mindset is that nobody, yes, I repeat, nobody deserves anything. It is what the market dictates, and a lot of these professions, right? Because you might feel, oh, I deserve to be making $200,000 a year, and a lot of these professions, anybody could actually do it. The thing is, a lot of times, a lot of people don't want to do it, but anybody can. Like, if you go to school for 4 years, right, and you get the basic degree, if you can do a job with a general degree from a community college, and now you're saying, well, because I got this job with my community college slash 4-year degree but it's like a very general topic. But I'm doing the work of the Lord. If I'm doing the work of the Lord, well, Jesus didn't get paid either, right? Jesus didn't get paid. Paul, he didn't get paid. Peter, I mean, actually, all of them got executed. To be honest, they all got executed. So if you believe that you're doing the work of the Lord, right? Well, then be prepared to have a life of suffering. You know. So what I'm saying is that were you misguided in your dreams? What do I mean by misguided? So when you said you had this dream, right? Because me, I don't believe in dreams. I think dreams are something that happens while we sleep, while we were being super duper unproductive. That's when we dream, right? I am a goal setter, but you know what? When it comes to setting goals, that means you have to set plans on how to accomplish those goals, and it takes something that we're learning as we just finished wrapping it up, reconnaissance, right? Dreams are done while you're sleeping. Goal setting is done while you're awake. When you set goals, you are awake. And what happens with that is you are going to say, all right, what is it going to take for me to achieve this? Let's say you have a goal of winning some type of athletic competition, right? Well, you have to say, okay, what do I need to do? Well, maybe I need to wake up. Maybe you need to be a certain weight, right? Maybe, all right, well, I have to in order to drop this weight, I need to wake up at 4:00 in the morning. I need to go run for an hour every single day. No days off. I need to hit the weight room. I need to build some muscle. I need to eat healthy. I need to, train with a trainer for, every single day. For like in the morning, I'm waking up and I'm going for a jog at 4:00 in the morning, and I am running to the trainer to train for about an hour or two, however long the trainer says, and then I'm jogging back. Whatever, and then I have to eat healthy. Maybe you have to use the sauna. Who knows? I don't know. But you have a training regiment because you have a goal and you have set specific indicators to accomplish that goal. When we dream about stuff, we just see ourselves in this position and we don't think about, okay, what is it going to take to get there? And if we actually do get there. So let's say, I'm just going to stick with this teacher example, right? Because I've had family members who they had a dream themselves of becoming a teacher, right? And once they started going through the system, they saw how much bureaucracy and politics that was in it. They said, you know what? F this dream. That's what they said. They said, you know what? Forget this dream. Forget this dream. I'm going to do something else. But they didn't know, right? And I'm like, if somebody and that's why I asked, were your dreams what you thought were dreams when you were young and naive and didn't have any data? Were they actually nightmares? There are people who will go and take debt over $100,000. Some people over $200,000. And then you know what? After they spend $100,000 on their bachelor's degree at some fancy university in a degree that doesn't really do much, guess what they do? They double down. They say, you know what? I cannot find a job at all with this degree that I have. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for my master's in that field as well, because I know that with a master's in this useless degree, you can't say degrees are useless. Well, if your degree is not able to find you a job, or if it's not able to land you a job where you actually make more than what the degree costs you, then in my humble, honest opinion, which I could totally be wrong, I think it's useless. I just think it's useless, right? But please forgive me if you and the other side is, if you got this degree and you are actually making a lot of money in it, then for you it might not be useless. But I think the problem is we see and we take these how do they call them, instance of one examples, because this one person did it. That means I must be able to. I'll give you an example. The NBA, right? Even like any sport. We'll go with the NBA. So because of LeBron James, right? Grew up, poor, single mother, all that stuff, right? But at the same time, he's a freak of nature because he was able to do it, grew up, in the worst conditions. Now, just because LeBron James can do it, that means anybody can do it. I disagree. I disagree. The stars lined up well for him. He had people to protect him, but I think he is a once in a lifetime type talent. And if we try to say, all right, well, my kid is going to go the route of LeBron James. Okay, what if they don't? What if they don't? Do you have realistic expectations for your child? I mean, they can still definitely try to go for that, but what if it doesn't work out? What if, right? What if LeBron James, he went through college, or not through college, but he went to high school, and on the last game of the his high school season, he gets so drastically injured where he can't play basketball. What was going to be his backup plan? What was he going to do? And while that might be a little dramatic, but it's not extreme because that happens to a lot of people. And let's not even talk about football. You have even a lesser chance because they don't like their contracts, the way that they get paid and stuff like that. And now, so let's dial it back though, because I mean, I'm sure it costs LeBron James some money, but I'm sure he had a lot of people like paying his way and stuff like that. But how about you? How about you who went to college for some degree that, you're like, oh, well, I love this topic, right? Well, I love my hobby, so I'm gonna go to school for my hobby instead of something that is actually beneficial, that adds value, that companies need, right? So you had this dream, or you wanted to be an actress or an actor. So you took the last $2 that you had and you found your way to California. And you're in California like, oh, I'm gonna start my acting career, and you go for audition, you find yourself on somebody's couch doing things that you never thought you would ever do, coming from the small town that you came from, and you're like, oh, this goes against my morals. I used to sing in the church choir. I was a pastor's son, but I'm down on my luck. My family doesn't have any money to send me. What am I gonna do? But they told you just got to keep following your dreams. Or you got to follow your dreams. So now you're like the extra in a commercial. And maybe that's going to be your big break. Maybe somebody will see your shadow walk by like, you know what? I want to hire that shadow right there because I am going to make him the next star. Oh yeah, that's the next up and coming shadow right there. But then you're like, oh wait, there's AI to make extras in movies. They don't even need me anymore. But you said, you know what? I'm going to bet it all on red. I'm gonna be an actor, an actress, and I'm gonna move to California, and I'm going to take some acting lessons while the person who came in behind you, who sat on somebody else's couch, they get and they're a worse actor than you. And I'm not even saying that you're a good actor, but they're a worse actor than you. They get the starring role, and you don't even get to be the shadow in the movie. Imagine that. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. And yeah, this sounds very, very mean because like, how dare you say not to follow my dreams? Well, guess what? I think that a lot of our dreams, maybe a good 99.2% of our dreams, are actually nightmares. And we don't have the right people in our corner. And when I say we don't have that's probably your own parents, to be honest with you, because your parents will tell you, oh, you can do anything that you want to do, which is true, but it could lead to a life of misery and failure. Instead of like, all right, so you want to be a teacher. Well, let's do the math, right? You want to be an actor. Let's do the math, right? So here's the likelihood. Here's the percentage. Let's run it through a probability calculator, right? So 1 in a million people actually make it as an actor, where they actually make it into a big movie. So your likelihood is very, very slim, while you are very, very smart, or you can study, go to college, for something that is going to sustain you, and you're not going to be a burden on society, and you're not going to end up on somebody's couch asking to do egregious things that you never ever thought that you would ever be doing. So now we want to come and say, oh well, this person made me do this and this person made me do that to get in this role. Well, no, at the end of the day, it was your choice, right? Because you thought you were going to get a quid pro quo, quid quo pro. Is it quid pro quo? Is it whatever it is, right? But you thought you were going to get an opportunity because you said, all right, I'm going to bend on my morals just so I can make it here, all right? And then you get nothing. You get nothing. And I have to ask, well, now that dream of yours ended up being a nightmare, something that you did not want to have anything to do with. But I believe that we do not do a proper job of telling the people that we care about the truth. And that goes both ways, right? Where people don't tell you the truth, and you don't tell people the truth. I am so supportive of anything that you want to do. No, like if something is a bad idea, you say, you know what? This might not all right, I'm not saying to just come out right and say this is a bad idea, but at least ask the question: how much research did you do into this? Like when you're in third grade, cool, sure. Like you want to be a firefighter, which I love firefighters. I'm just throwing out different stuff, right? Things that kids say. You want to be a police officer. You want to be a firefighter. You want to be a teacher. You want to be a musician. You want to be an actress, an actor. You want to be you want to be I don't know. You want to work for like the United Nations or something like that. I want to be like a political commentator. I don't know. Whatever it is, right? But it's like, all right, at some point, somebody, because if you have these dreams as a kid, cool, there's nothing you can do about it at that time, right? But as you start to get older, as you start to get further in life, there has to be one person who cares about you enough to say, okay, you say you want to do this, right? You say you want to go to college for this. How much research have you actually done? Have you actually done your homework? So here's the question. How much are you going to get paid doing this career? How much is this college education going to cost you? Are you going to have to take loans out? Because nowadays, let's go with these journalism majors and these political science majors. They are big mad. Why are they so mad? Well, they're mad because now there are content creators who never went to college for this stuff, right? But they have an opinion. And thanks to X and YouTube and Twitch and whatever other platform that there is, Rumble, Kick, whatever, you're like everyone gets to share their opinion. And they get to look at the same exact stories that you're looking at, and they're able to report it on them themselves, right? So now you're big man like, oh, they shouldn't be allowed they shouldn't have a seat at the table because we went to journalism school. Like, well, guess what, right? These new content creators, they're probably running up the bag while you're still paying off your $100,000-$200,000 student loan debt. And for me, I'm like, well, before I commit to doing something, I need to do some research on it, right? I need to say, all right, what am I going to get paid doing this? Am I going to want to do it? And what is the job market like? I'll give you an example, right? I always come across people who say I took this popular boot camp for manual QA testing. And I'm like, okay, did you look at how many, because these boot camps, they'll tell you, all right, look, you can get paid $96,000 a year being a manual QA tester. And I'm like, wait, where they do that at, right? But then they'll say, and there's plenty, like companies are dying to hire manual QA testers. I'm like, where they do that at? So now after all is said and done, you get them to do this for you and that for you. And they say, oh, we'll give you an internship. We'll write your resume for you, all that good stuff, right? And now they also tell you, like, look, if you want a refund from us, you need to apply for 3,572 jobs in a year. You need to apply for 300 jobs in the first 6 months. And then after the first 6 months, you can drop it to 299 jobs and we monitor it, because if you were to miss 1 week where you're supposed to apply for 90, you get 89 and a half, like you fell asleep trying to press send, then you get no refund, no soup for you. All right. So I'm like, all right, well, how much research did you actually do into the things that you said that you wanted? I'm not like, if I'm learning something that I cannot find value in it and I can't create value in it, right? Then I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not like I. One of my favorite courses that I was taking was the data science machine learning course, right? But I still can't find the necessary value for me to go more in depth in it. It's really I love that course, but I just can't find the value in it yet because I'm not transitioning to data science or data engineering right now. But I find value in the DevOps course. I found value in the ethical hacking course. I find value in the large language model AI course that we're taking. I will end it with this story for you, right? This is a personal story. But I was asked maybe about 14 years ago about what are my dreams actually? Like what do I want to do? Like where do I see myself in like 5, 10 years? And I give a very interesting answer, right? Which kind of shocked the person who asked me this, right? But I said, I don't really think of it like that or that far ahead. If you ask me where do I see myself in 10 years, I would say I see myself, working and successful and but what field am I in? Like, do I have like a dedicated role that I'm going to be in? No, I cannot say that, right? Because at the time that I was asked, it was before, like I had just started QA, right? Before I even knew that automated testing existed. So if I said I'm gonna be what if I said I'm gonna be a web developer, right? What if I said I'm gonna be a web developer, and that's it? So now I have my stage set. I need to work towards being a web developer, right? But no, I was like, I'm fluid. I'm flexible. All I know is I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna be knowledgeable. I'm gonna be a leader, right? I know that, but how? I'm not putting parameters around that because I don't know where my career I don't know where my career is going to take me. I didn't know that I would end up doing web development for a company back in 2006 2007 because I was just doing tech support. But one thing I did know about me, there like the work ethic that I had, no one could match it. No one could match my work ethic. So I was always like, well, let's do it. If we have to stay late to get it done, we're gonna stay late to get it done. If I have to come in early to get it done, I'm gonna come in early to get it done. I knew my mindset. I didn't. Do I know exactly where my mindset is going to take me? No, because I'm not going to carve a specific path. When I'm coaching people, I'm like, all right. The first thing that I do when I start coaching, I'm like, tell me about yourself, and the next time we meet, I need you to have this filled out, which sets our goals and the goals the way that I said. I'm like, all right, where did you see yourself in 20 years, right? And then we say, all right, now 10, now 5, now 3, now 1. In the next 6 months, what are we going to do to work towards our 1 year goal? But I also say that the goals that we set is just a baseline for now, but they are very, very, they're very, what's the word I'm looking for? Flexible and malleable, right? I'll give you an example. Somebody that I'm coaching, they had their whole life set on one particular industry and they wasted so many years trying to force themselves into that industry, but that industry told them, look, it might not be for you. It might not be for you. That's what the industry told them. And now they just got an opportunity to get into a new industry, a much, much better, more lucrative industry, but it's not what they're passionate. It's not what they dreamed about. It's actually not what their nightmare was about. But a lot of times I believe we try to live up towards our nightmares because that's what we said. We said this was a dream, but this dream was actually a nightmare. That's the God honest truth, right? And what I try to do, I try to free people from the nightmare that they find themselves in, and I do that by trying to be honest with you. Like, look, you might have to reevaluate some things. This might not be for you, you know? So now, this person I'm coaching, they are in such a great opportunity to have their career taken off, but their heart is still with the thing they've been chasing for their entire life that has continued to reject them. Rejection after rejection after rejection. You know what I told them? I'm like, look, you need to change your passion. That's what you need to do. Because I want to be passionate about the things that are going to make me successful. Just the other day, I released a clip of a caller who called in saying they're struggling with software development. And why were they struggling? They were struggling because they didn't care about software development. They were in it for the money, right? And for me, I'm like, if something is paying me well, then guess what? I'm gonna find a passion about it, and I'm going to crush it. There will be nobody that stands in my way to kill it, right? Because if you're going to be paying me a bag, then you better guarantee, like, I will guarantee you that I'm going to understand this thing like the back of my hand. And it kind of like hurt me. Like, when listening to it again, I'm like, you know how many people would kill to be in your position? But now like, you're here, but you're like, but I don't really want it though. Is there any trick that I can do? Like, how much time do you spend? Working on your craft? Not too much. Outside of work, not too much. I'm following my passion, because how many people are like, oh, my passion is making music, my passion is clothing design, I'm like, but it doesn't pay you. Which, there's nothing wrong with having a hobby. Usually your passion is your hobby. But for me, I'm like, I will force myself to make my passion what is going to pay me. And if I can take what I'm learning from what is paying me to fuel, like, to push it towards other stuff that I might have interest in, then cool, right? But I will dedicate the time first to improving my skills. And that's why you see us here live every single day, where we're learning about economics, we are learning how to do DevOps, we're learning how to do large language models with AI, we're learning how to do ethical hacking. And if I could find the capacity to move some more stuff in there, I would. I just don't have it, because I'm trying to put out a lot of stuff for you guys, right? And I have to take care of my most important people, my Patreon members, my tech barbarians, my tech prodigy members, my technical explorers. I have to take care of them. Right? And I have to make an environment for them so that they can be able to grow together. See, something that really, really irks me from anybody, like, especially if I'm coaching people, right? And they're paying for coaching, but they don't take advantage of it. That really irks me. And I'm like, all you have right now is a dream. You have a dream of being a QA person. You have a dream of being a web developer. You have a dream of being a DevOps type person. But but your dream is only a dream because you do not set the goals. Like, and I tell you, set up your coaching calls, and you don't do it. I'm like, you're a joke. You're a joke. This is a joke, right? And this goes for the people that I'm coaching. It goes for people that I'm not coaching. Most of the people are just joking around. You're not serious. It's just a dream, which your dream is actually a nightmare, because it is going to be impossible. There's been people who've signed up and they might have been signed up for like 3 months. They might have had like 2 coaching calls. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you like this dream of yours is a nightmare at this point. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's really messed. It is really, really messed up. Now, my ask to you is to reevaluate your dreams, right? Have you been given an opportunity to pivot, to go somewhere that is so much better for you, that's going to make all your miseries, all your troubles go away? But you're like, but my passion though, my passion. Like I said, F your passions, F your dreams. And the F stands for forget, right? It stands for forget. Forget your passions, forget your dreams. You need to develop new passions, which is going to sustain you, is going to take care of you. Because I don't want you to go out there and get a $200,000 degree only to be able to qualify for a job that pays you $30,000 per year. You're going to be miserable. And then you're going to be complaining. You're going to say, you know what? this type of position, let's throw out social workers. We deserve to get paid six figures. I'm like, not for my money. I'm like, you better go open up a nonprofit and beg for donations. Do we need social workers? Sure, of course. Yeah, love it. But the market dictates the rates. If anybody can go to school for being a social worker or a teacher or stuff like that, right? If anybody can do it, then you'll have a bunch of these social worker degrees, these teacher degrees running around, and it brings down the value. But let's take STEM for instance, right? Let's take AI for instance. Let's take network engineers for instance. Not everybody can do that. So that's why the price of their brick always goes up. Not everybody can be a basketball player. One of my favorite supporters, one of my favorite friends, right? We were on a live stream the other day, and they said, well, we should take money from athletes and give them to teachers. And I said, hold up. If you were an athlete, would you want somebody to come now? Number one, would you want you to be taxed higher because of the profession that you went into, right? Is that okay? Is it okay to be taxed higher for the profession that you went into because because everybody else cannot do what you can do? That means you deserve to be punished because of your eliteness. I was like, I'm not going for it. I am not going for it. And not to mention, the more niche and more unique your ability is, the more people you give opportunity. Would there be a Rich Paul without LeBron James? Would there be? Would there be a what is I can't remember the name of that. What my God, Josh Rosenberg? I don't remember his name, but he is a very, very popular agent, right? He's been an agent for like many, many different athletes, especially football players. But is it Drew Rosenhaus? I can't remember his name. But there would be no him. I mean, he might become a lawyer for something else if there were no athletes, right? And let's say the government, which would be a communist government at that point, were to say, all right, we're going to cap how much athletes can make. Then these agents, like, we're not even going to bother. Like, this is not enough money for us. But due to these athletes, right, we have teenagers, we have who are working in these stadium jobs. We have, like, from software engineers. Because of software engineers, they empower. Like, let's say a software engineer, right? They build they work on a company that builds HR software, right? Now that HR software powers all these other companies, which makes it which enables employees of these other companies to get paid, to get their benefits taken care of. So many different, like, the more niche and unique that your abilities are, you end up empowering and providing a lot more other jobs to people and a lot more value to other people. So that's why I don't buy the argument, well, we need to steal from, I don't like Robinhood. Not the app. The app is fine, but I don't like the concept of Robinhood, of robbing one person to give it to another person. No, level up. What does the market dictate? But then there's going to be no teachers. Well, you know what? If that's the case, then you guys, like I said, you guys complain about the education system already. So we'll need to find a better way to educate people. All right. That's how I see it. I don't believe in running in the victim Olympics. I just don't believe it. And that's why I think for so many people, because you were like, all right, I have to do this, I have to do this. Your dreams were actually nightmares, and you followed your nightmares, and you followed your nightmares, and you accomplished your nightmares, and now you are in a miserable spot. But that's because you didn't do the research. No one was there to ask you the pointed questions of, well, did you check how much this job makes? Oh, this job makes only $37,000 a year with a cap of like 60. Well, delete. And there goes that passion. Let's delete that. Because I want the things that I'm passionate about to actually run me some money too, right? I want to be passionately wealthy as well. I want to be passionately taken care of. So that's my thoughts behind it. Ask yourself this. Like if you are holding on to a dream, ask yourself this question. This dream that I'm holding on to, is it actually what I thought it was going to be? Or there's no jobs available for it. Maybe I can create my own job. Maybe. Do people really want it? Are you ready to be an entrepreneur? Are you ready to run your books? Because a lot of times having your own company, it's more than just doing the work. It's actually knowing. It's actually being able to balance your budget, to file your taxes, all this type of paperwork that you need. All of that is included. So that's why I asked you: were your dreams actually disguised nightmares? And now you want to follow it, and now you're absolutely miserable. So you ask, what's the solution? Well, I think the number one solution is to get out of the woe is me mentality and say, all right, I'm in a messed up situation. What can I do about it? I think that's always the first step. What can I do about my messed up situation? It's not, oh, somebody put me here. Oh, somebody did that to me. No, let that go. Like that's honestly, that's a trash mindset in my opinion. Right? I say let that go. You let's stop blaming other people, and it's okay. What can I do now for myself? Do I need to wake up early? Do I need to sign up for a Udemy course? I love Udemy courses. Do I need to sign up for Coursera? Do I need to be working 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours at night? I'm working right now. So does that mean I need to wake up? If I start at 8, do I need to wake up at like 3:30 in the morning to study for 4 hours, and then I get off work at like 7? Does that mean I need to study from 8 to 12 so that I can level up and grow? So I can get out of the spot that I'm in? It's possible. Maybe. I don't know. But that's my question to you. Were your dreams actually nightmares and you didn't know it? Let me know your thoughts. Drop me a comment on this video. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know. I love the disagreements because I'm curious to see where you think I'm off on and how that we can talk about it and keep the conversation going so that if you are running the Victim Olympics, maybe you can get out of it. Maybe you can retire from the Victim Olympics. But if I'm off, let me know where I'm off. Let me know. And maybe I can probably make some adjustments to the way that I see things. But I don't believe that there are any days off, and I don't believe that anybody owes you anything. And I certainly don't believe that you, yes, you. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Don't try to act like I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I don't believe you deserve one single thing. I think you have to go out there and earn. You have to earn everything. You earn. Nothing is given. Everything must be earned. All right. So that's my thoughts. Thank you guys for tuning into another episode of Candid Conversations, hosted by Tech Coach Drop, where injuries to win. Do me a favor on your way out. If you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, do me a big favor, big favor, couple of favors, just little favors. My cousin, I grew up with her. She suffered a terrible accident last year. She suffered and she's dealing with a traumatic brain injury, right? She realized that the awareness and understanding of TBI, traumatic brain injury, is very, very lacking. So she wanted to collect data in order to be able to provide some help and information to those suffering, as well as the family members who are suffering, and maybe put out some content like podcasts and stuff like that to help educate people to deal with it. All right. So the link is going to be in the description of the video. So please do me a favor and click on the link. It takes, like my best friend Mitch said, it takes 3 to 5 minutes to fill it out. So please take the 3 to 5 minutes, fill it out, help us gather data so that we can be able to provide some, and by we I mean my cousin, could be able to provide you some good content on how to help, or how to deal with it, as well as how to help people who are going through it deal with it as well. All right. And last but certainly not least, do me a big favor. go to techcoachdrop.dev. You can sign up for a free account, but you're going to be missing out on some serious benefits like joining the Tech Coach Drop Patreon, or not joining the Team Tech Coach Drop Discord, where we're going to be having a lot of good things going on in there. I am going, like, on the Tech Music channel. I just finished streaming the David Goggins Grind Time. It's Monday. It's time to work video, right? Where I'm trying to give you guys benefits. That's going to be like, those links are going to be dropping in the Discord. We're going to be having discussions on different roles. We're going to be talking about federal work. We're going to be talking about private sector work. We're going to be talking about how to help your kids get more into tech. I was talking about that earlier on the Saturday morning show about how can we get kids into STEM. Should the education system put a more emphasis on STEM for our kids, because that's the future. We're going to be talking about all of that in the Tech Coach Drop Discord, as well as we still have our Scrum nights, and I'm going to be dropping exclusive content to the Patreon as well, so you have access to all of that, to collaborate, to network, to build applications together. So that, because I always talk about, right, if you're trying to build some experience in whatever it is, right, and you don't know how, well, you need to get a team. So I know, you know what, I am going to put people together in a spot where whatever it is that you're learning, you guys can figure it out. And you know what we can even do? I just thought about this right now. We can have the Discord type Scrum night where, like, and that'll be like, however, I have to figure that out, but where a team forms in there and they say, we're going to build this app, and now you can present what you're building, and we can talk about it like that, right? And then I can offer some insight. I might not be working with everyone in Discord one-on-one, but I could, like, we can say, all right, let's do once a month. We're going to go and join, and you're going to be sharing what you're working on, and we can give some feedback. I just thought about it right now, right? But it's going too long. Go to techcoachdrop.dev, sign up for the Patreon. At a tiered membership, you will get zoomed into the Discord, the Team Tech Coach Drop Discord, as well as you can sign up for one-on-one coaching where we can work together. I just told you I did like 3 days of interview prep with one of my top tech barbarians. And I heard back that the interview went well as I told you guys the other day, my cousin, breaking news, right? I didn't share this yet. Well, maybe I'll share. I would have shared it yesterday, but my cousin, she got a job offer, right? Before she went into the interview, they were offering her the job Rex was offering about $18,000 less than she was making at the time. After the interview and everything like that, they made her the final offer. They offered her $8,000 more than she's currently making now. So imagine that. They shifted about $26,000 to give her the offer. And she said this. The way you helped me prepare for the interview, that played a major, major role, and I appreciate it so much. So that is what I offer to those that I'm working with one-on-one. When I'm coaching you, like it is tough. It is hard, but you will be ready. All right. But with that being said, as my best friend Mitchell would say, you've yapped enough already. So let's wrap it up. Like I said earlier, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Monday and a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Let's go out there and get it right. Tech Coach Drop, we are out.
I've got dreams that sparkle bright in the stillness of the night. No more whispers left unclaimed. Tired of playing their blame game. Your advice, like clouds unclear, shrouds my path in fog and fear. I've got plans of golden hue. Listen close, they're not for you. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Let me be. Let me live. I have plans. I have plans. Wanted this child, no mistake. Keep your insight fake and vague. In our world we'll build a so blue. Judgments falling like fake rain, washing over without gain. They don't walk in shoes I made. In my soul our dreams parade. Hearts like diamonds, precious, rare. In this family we care. No more shadows from your glance. In our life don't take a stance. Rise above what others say. Through each bright and shining day. Strengthen my own heart and hands. In this life love first.